Unit 2, Lesson 1. One of these things is not like the others. I can use equivalent ratios to describe scaled copies of shapes, and I know that two recipes will taste the same if the ingredients are equivalent ratios. So this is what we were doing probably middle of the year last year in 6th grade. So I want you to complete the double number line with the missing numbers. So we're going to figure out what they're counting by. So if you remember way back to when we were doing this last year, you look at it and you think, okay, what could they possibly be counting by? So you kind of start guessing. So the top line is counting by ones. The bottom line must be counting by halves. So they want you to come up with labels and invent a situation that that this could be. So I could say, I could talk about tickets at the amusement park. So if I'm thinking about tickets at the amusement park, I can say one ticket costs 50 cents. So tickets at, we'll make it a carnival just for ease of. And then the cost. So cost and we're going to make this in dollars. Remember, they said that we had to use a unit of measure. So it says, what could each of the number lines represent? So the cost of tickets at a carnival are 50 cents each. And it's a proportional relationship because it goes up by the same factor. It counts by that same number. So now we're going to take a look at our mystery mixtures. So remember we did this, if you were with me, we did this with Kool-Aid last year. And we had some taste testers and you guys all stood around and we measured it out and we guessed to see which one was going to have the same flavor. So we've got different mixtures here. We've got 1, 2, 3 mixtures, and we've got different, they're all the same size glass. We notice that they change the amount of water and they change the amount of powder. So imagine Kool-Aid. Then they mixed it up and they put it here. So they're saying which mixture tastes different, describe how it is different. So if I was looking at this, I have, this one's red, these two are pink. Okay, so I know that this one probably is the one that tastes different. But let's make sure. So 1 cup is 1/4 of a teaspoon. So if I have 2 cups with 1/2 a teaspoon, if I divided both of them by 2, cut both of them in half, I would get 1 cup and 1/4 of a teaspoon. Because 1/2 divided by 2 is 1/4. So I know 2 and 3 taste the same. I know that mixture 1 is going to have a much stronger flavor because it's got more Kool-Aid. It has more Kool-Aid mix. so it's going to have a stronger flavor. It's less watered down. But 2 and 3, even though there's more water and more Kool-Aid in 2 than in 3, when you reduce your recipe and you make them equivalent, they taste the same. So now it says, here are the recipes that were used to make the 3 mixtures. Which of these recipes has the strongest tasting mixture? How do you know? Well, we said the first one. So recipe 1, it has, so let's think about that. How much more Kool-Aid mixture? It has 1 1/4 teaspoons more mixture per cup of water. So then we go, which 2, will any of these mixtures taste exactly the same? So they've changed up what our recipe is, so we really have to check this out. So will any of these mixtures taste exactly the same? So I like the ones that are easy, to be quite honest. So I'm going to look at the 2 to 1 because I can figure out what they're reducing it by. So they're cutting their mixture in half, or they're dividing by 2. So 4 divided by 2. And then for this one, I'm going to use my calculator just to make sure that I'm right. But again, I'm dividing each one by 2 or multiplying by 1/2. So 0.25 in my calculator divided by 2. And I do indeed get this answer. So remember, it's just like scale factor. Each one has to have the same relationship, each part of it. So will any of these mixtures taste exactly the same? A and C, because they are equivalent ratios. Meaning they can be reduced to the same amount. Practice problem 2. In one version of trail mix, there are 3 cups of peanuts mixed with 2 cups of raisins. So I'm going to draw a picture of it. So 3 cups of peanuts. So I'm going to make these my peanuts. I'm going to switch colors. And then I have 2 cups of raisins. In the other one, they have 4.5 cups of peanuts with 3 cups of raisins. So it's 1, 2, 3. And then 4.5 cups of peanuts. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4.5. So that's a half. We just got to make sure we recognize that. Okay, so this one is 3 to 2, and this one is 4.5 over 3. So I have to figure out if they reduce to the same ratio. So this line here tells me to divide, correct? So I'm going to take my calculator and I'm going to divide 3 divided by 2 in that order, and I get 1.5. I'm going to do the same thing with the other one, 4.5 divided by 3, and again, I get 1.5. So, are these 2 ratios equivalent? Yes. Both ratios are 1.5 cups of peanuts for 1 cup of raisins. So your cool down today is the similar idea. So I drew in the diagram for you. You can use it any way that you see fit. If you don't like the diagram, don't use it. Remember that you're doing this on Canvas, so you're not doing it here, so the question isn't here. Then I need you to go ahead and export this, so I need you to submit it to Canvas. Remember, if you need extra help, there's Khan Academy. There's Mr. Morgan's help video. You can email a study buddy, or you can set up an appointment with me by clicking on that link, and we can discuss what you don't understand, or discuss your cool down.